Here it is.
Let's go. Spawning in the bottom left corner in the red Zerg pieces for ENT Esports. We have Serral.
The finisher. And his opponent. The director of the Polish underground. It is XCOM Go's Blue Zerg player, ELAZER. ELAZER with the far back shot. Serral choosing to dominate his webcam. And, you know, this could be a tale of things to come. Serral saying, yeah, I'm gonna fill up this webcam the way that I am gonna fill your base with roaches, lings, and banelings.
Absolutely. ELAZER, taking that a little further approach. I'm going to take a look and see what you're doing and just counter you. Gonna scout, gonna have that all overseeing overlord over your base.
Yeah, it is harder to, you know, make a read on someone when you can't see them as closely. Of course, all memes aside, standard openers from both players. Talking about the difference between Korean ZVZ and European ZVZ, Korean ZVZ is going to be, on paper, much more chaotic, much more frenetic. And I think ELAZER is going to have to channel that very, very hard in order to take down the series versus Serral. But he has beaten him in the past. Just not consistently. And once again, it was kind of at a time when Serral was experimenting with being more aggressive. He could no longer drown his opponent in mechanics. It was actually TSL 7 very early on in the bracket, I believe. But he could no longer drown his opponents in mechanics. He needed to start diversifying strategically. He was figuring that out. He was doing a lot of cheeses, and he ultimately did end up losing to ELAZER in that series 3-2. And he even tweeted out afterwards, I believe, that like, you know, like, I'm still learning this whole cheese thing. Didn't really work out for me. You'll see me back later. And well, now we see a stronger Serral than ever.
Exactly. And that was right after, I believe, he won the World Championship. When he got figured out and he started, he wasn't as dominant. The first cracks in his walls started to appear. And yeah, like you mentioned, he was trying to diversify his build. He knew he can't just win on mechanics alone. He needed a little more strategy. Yeah. Which is interesting if we'll see the same out of Clem.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. We've seen it from most of the foreign players these days that have really risen to the top. By the way, that's a very, very fast layer coming out of ELAZER. That was the first 100 gas into layer. I think we might be seeing a two gas Roachinitis. That's kind of my gut right now. But we'll see. We'll see in a little bit. As it is, yeah, nothing too crazy just yet. Serral. Seeing that there's no third hatch, he's like, okay, I don't need a Baneling Nest. You're not going to go for a bunch of Zerglings. And he's going to get a very quick +1 missile. And we've got ELAZER going for it. Yeah, it's going to be 2-base Roach with speed, most likely, with this. So this is a great situation here for Serral. He's going to have the +1 missile at the same timing. He will delay his layer, but he's going to have that third hatch to work with for a lot longer.
Yep, more larvae, more minerals coming in, more roaches.
Yeah, it's gonna be better for him. We've got ELAZER building a singular roach, which is it's just actually he gets a little bit supply blocked right here. His overlord's quite late actually. That's really bad for the early stage of the game. He's gonna be. It's not the biggest of deal, but the biggest thing is that he's floating larva. And if you get up to 3 larvae on a base, you're not generating any more larvae. And if you want to go for an aggressive timing, like a 2-base, you know, in this case, normally it's 41, but in this case it's 43 drone push, you know, missing out on a larva here or there, that's a big deal. That's a really big problem.
All right, Serral now going up into his own layer there, taking it at the natural. A little bit of an easier place to scout. Think that's just a sign of disrespect, or is that just where it started to build?
No, that's normal.
Okay.
That's totally normal. The only reason that we it really gets noted where it is in that one game between Dark and Rogue, where Dark kind of hid it and hid the fake layer, but only in the sense to show his opponent that he was going layer. Ooh, now behind this, I like this. We've got a Spire out of ELAZER. He's not going to leave it to chance on this +1 Roach push. Serral did drone up a couple of extra drones beyond those 48 drones, adding on a few more. But think ELAZER's going to commit too hard. Yeah, he's droning out. He is going to use the creep drop with the Overlord creep highway, but this is mostly just a fake. Let me see what I can get done. He will commit to this if he finds the opportunity. Oh, nice micro right there from Serral, immediately pulling back that one Roach. He does have the Roach speed advantage that is ELAZER, so he's able to kind of reposition his own Roaches better. But the Queen's going to tank a lot. We will see one of them going down. I was going to say, I would love to see target fire on those Queens since he is trying to go into the mutas. And that actually knocks Serral down to just one Queen right now. He's going to need to rebuild those and identify his opponents going for the Spire.
All right, Spire about to finish up here. 10 more Roaches coming up behind this for ELAZER. He has enough gas for 4 Mutmuts to come on out?
Yeah.
It's about 4.
Now, the big question is, will it be, a commitment to mass muta, or is it just going to be, let me build, 4 to 7 mutas, kill off your overlords, take map control? It'll be really interesting to see. Ooh, wow, very nice right here from ELAZER. Serral not with an overlord covering this right side, and ELAZER with his own overlord there sees that. ELAZER slips in and gets some very, very uncommon, unscouted damage on Serral. That's a rare scouting mistake right there from Serral.
Now, Serral trying to do a little trap here, trying to catch those Roaches of ELAZER that are evacuating out. Does just miss it, doesn't quite get this round. Hydra Den coming down for Serral, so this is like a good counter to those Mudbutts that are going to be out. He does scout it, yeah.
That Changeling, that is a sexy Changeling right there. I was like, how did he scout it? He doesn't have an Overlord or an Overseer, but it is the Changeling that gets the just exact perfect angle, and that's how he's able to build those spores. That's how he's able to build those that Hydra Den.
Yeah, +2 range coming up. Groove Spine upgrades coming up as well. So he will be going up ahead on upgrades in that Roach battle.
But it is going to be ELAZER committing to a full all-in with this. He is stopped at 50 drones. He is going to go pure Roach Ravager, and he is going to try and end the game. In this case, how many mutas did he build? I think I would have even preferred to... Well, it might have tipped his hand if he stopped a little bit too early, but I might have even preferred him to stop a little bit earlier. We are going to see another drone getting picked off, just finding chip damage here. It's nice. I like that Serral has not built Hydras right now.
All right, push going to come in here from ELAZER. I think he might be trying to sandwich with Roaches from the other side here. The engagement coming on down here. Serral with the Ravager security here. Miles coming down on top of Serral. ELAZER is being routed here a little bit. Flank comes up a little late, a little too small. Serral has more than enough to handle this on both sides.
Yeah, and once that +2 missile completes, that's where Serral's huge power spike comes in, and he has already held the only real scary part of this push. And now he is miles ahead. A great read from Serral. It would have been so easy to just slam down that drone key and just say, you know what, my opponent went mutas. Let me go up to like 66 drones. Let me go super ham. Let me get all of my gases. But he stays on 5 gases. He doesn't build those expensive Hydras. He knows he doesn't need them against the mutas yet. He has only seen the 6 mutas. Very, very nice read in the moment right there from Serral. And now ELAZER's going to try and double down on the mutas, hoping that Serral didn't build any Hydras.
I don't see any Hydras on the... No, that's a straight up lie. There's Hydras there.
Yeah, he built a round of them after he held the attack, which is a very, very nice... Like, that's such a smart decision to have held off on that. Because Hydras against, without speed, and they did have Groove Spines, but they might not have. Without those upgrades, it's going to be very difficult to hold this exact attack, but because he had that, he's okay. That being said, Serral doesn't have enough to actually fight these mutas. He needs to get back onto creep. Nice zoning Corrosive Biles, but the Hydras are going to get picked off. There wasn't enough of them to fight these mutas, and he only gets 1 muta, I think, there for, like, what was that, like 6 or 7 Hydras? Yeah. So nice move from ELAZER. Serral wasn't expecting to double down on mutas, and now we're seeing a grander scale of what we saw earlier, where ELAZER's going to go for a bunch more Roaches behind this.
All right. We have 3 more Mudmutts coming out behind this, +2 just about halfway done now for ELAZER. So he is still quite behind on that. Wait, what?
Serral accidentally attacking his own extractor. He's in some big trouble right now with this this muta play. He's actually behind in workers. He is trying to get up into an infestation pit so he can go up into that hive. I was just going to say, we don't see any Carapace upgrades yet, so that's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit difficult to deal with that without the Carapace upgrades. Mutas, of course, benefit so much from the splash damage. It won't... he's still building Mutas and Roaches. This is so strange. He's doing a middle-of-the-road thing right here. I don't exactly know what ELAZER's game plan with this is. I think he's hoping that Serral attacks into him with what Serral thinks is going to be enough Hydras. I think he hopes that Serral's going to overcommit into Hydras.
That's a fair point. Going to pick off one Ravager here. Picks off another Ravager. Nice little pickoffs with those Mutas on those Ravagers. Now, ELAZER going to move in with his Roach army. Another pickoff on a Roach there. That was scouting.
He gets caught on move command. Does get some huge growths of miles, though.
But this will get repelled. He did lose quite a bit there. Serral with an army that will just smash through this. The Hydra's providing quite a bit of DPS through the back. These Mutas are going to jump on top of the Queens, but the Queens do have transfuse energy. These Roaches, Ravagers, going to get chased back. And, okay, 3 Queens going down there. These Mutas now finding quite a bit of damage, taking out 5 Queens. Going to deny gas mining at that third base. Will get driven back by the Hydras.
Yeah, it does force Serral back home, and that's important because Serral was on the warpath with a push that could have potentially killed ELAZER. Serral adding on 2 Infestors. I think he's either, I mean, if he can get a massive fungal, obviously he'd love that, but he might use these for Microbial Shroud, maybe. I think he's looking for the fungal. And yeah, no, he's definitely going to be looking for the fungal with that for sure. And there we go. There's that hive. There's that lurker done. And this is the European style of ZDZ that we are so used to seeing from these high-level players.
All right, both players are that near the beautiful fungal there. Biles do miss. He does manage to split at the last minute somehow, despite the fungals. Both players are maxed out, are itching for an engagement here. Would be catches a few of the Hydras. Would be nice if we could catch both of those Infestor. One Infestor going down, second Infestor does just survive. Serral does take a Baneley Bile to the face. Will take another Bile to the face. Little uncharacteristic mistake there by Serral.
Another one, he loses 2 Hydras right there. That's, oh my god, yeah, Serral. Uncharacteristic, yeah, absolutely. The fungal growth, by the way, was just gigantic. That was one of the biggest fungals in terms of just raw damage you'll see in a ZVZ. Like, it almost hit every possible unit that he could have. Man, these units are continuing to find damage. Good job from ELAZER. But I think Serral, as he gets up into those lurkers, he can morph in a few lurkers. Actually, well, he can't. He's maxed out. But he won't be for long as this counterattack comes on in. Very weird counterattack, but it's going to be very successful here. Will it drag Serral back home? Yes, it will. That's very nice right here for ELAZER. The problem is, Serral's getting into hive still. He's getting the lurker range upgrade. He's going to be able to morph in a bunch of lurkers. ELAZER buys time, but that doesn't actually help him. That's actually a good thing for Serral.
Serral also getting that burrow upgrade, which we've seen him just do wonders with. Being able to burrow roaches, heal them back up. Especially with that burrow movement, he's able to sneak into those bases. Let's see if we see that upgrade coming up behind us. We do have roaches in the main base of... I thought that was the laser base. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what ELAZER needs to do. But Serral's still dealing with it. We do have the counterattack coming in from Serral, getting quite a few drones right there, equalizing the damage that Serral just suffered, but ELAZER threw away a lot of army for it, and Serral only uses a few roaches to get his damage. So even without the lurker tech, and without the hive tech, and without the better upgrades, this would still be a rough position for ELAZER a little bit. That being said, Serral actually lost a lot of drones. He's only on 34 drones. Hold the phone. That's actually a really, really garbage economy right now for Serral.
34 to 42 workers here in favor of ELAZER. Engagement going to come in here in middle of the map. Lurker's going to burrow down. Biles will miss the lurkers. He does have detection with him through the overseers. More Biles coming on down. That will hit one lurker. Does survive.
This is such a weird scenario. This is not the scenario I expected, where it's kind of Serral who's all in, and ELAZER's the one defending. That is the tech advantage that I expected. I don't know if that lurker can actually hit the units. I think because the ground is broken from that ramp. I don't think. Yeah, no, the spine can't go through. That lurker is useless right now on the ramp unless ELAZER comes around the corner. Funny thing, the way that lurker spines work. Oh,
no, it
never
does
mind.
get through.
Oh,
yeah.
it does. Okay, one of its spines did like try and go. Yeah, you see right there. It like terminates before the debris. Now, okay, I don't know what the angle is. Oh my God, the fungal growth.
Huge fungal there. No lurkers though. That would have been quite devastating if those lurkers got under those Roach Ravager. The laser is managed to hold, but the lurkers are going to move forward. Surround coming in here from behind. There is detection, but this is going to get smashed by Serral.
Yeah, you can't find any lurkers. Even when they're in small numbers, even when things go well there for ELAZER, they still went very, very poorly. One cool thing that ELAZER has that no other player had, no other foreign player specifically had, is he was the only player to take a series off of Dark when Dark was the foreigner killer. Now it was kind of at a weird time in the meta when everyone was playing, Ling Bane into Hatchtech Roachling Ravager into these weird Muta switches. It was a very, very ELAZER focused meta. It was a meta that really, really favored his mid-game oriented aggression.
Right.
But still, he did it when no one else could. When absolutely no one else could. Like, it was a 30 or 31-1 record, and that one series win was ELAZER. So he'll always have that.
Yep.
We're going to be seeing ELAZER once again going with the 2-base layer. No third hatch coming down. This is it feels like right now, especially with that Spire play, it feels like he's trying to channel his Bly, his inner Bly.
Yep.
But Bly is Bly. Like you can't emulate that. You can do your best, but you can't out Bly. He's the Blyest of them all.
He's pretty Bly for a Bly guy.
He's pretty Bly for a Bly guy. That's another Zerg that I didn't even talk about, who has been playing for such a long time, being such a good player. Once again, we're going to see the same response to this 2-base play out of Serral. Going to be that quick Evo Chamber, that quick +1 missile, skipping the Baneling Nest. And unless we see something different out of ELAZER, I fear that we'll see the same result, even though we got there in a really interesting, dynamic way. And ELAZER made a lot of very cool maneuvers. Serral still dealt with all of them, and they never got out of hand.
All right, first 5 Roaches for ELAZER are coming out here. He is starting that Roach speed as well behind this. You mentioned this is the shortest shortest map in the map pool.
Okay, yeah, and this is going to be different, and he is going to take advantage of that short rush distance, and this is actually going to catch Serral heavily off guard. ELAZER stopped at 30 drones. He is just banking Roaches right now. And Serral, I don't think he's going to be able to scout this, which is funny because I've been praising his scouting so much. But he's 15 drones ahead, which means he is 20 army supply down. And ELAZER is going to use the same maneuver he used in the previous game. Oh, he's even pulling the queens with this. This is going to be really tough to stop for Serral. He needs like 2 to 3 spines. He's building 1, but it's going to be a long time before those spines are up. Well, that spine.
Yeah, that first spine is coming on up. ELAZER creating this Polish highway here with the Overlord creep drops. This Overseer will finally come in and scout this, but the Roaches are already here on the front line. They're going to focus down that Roach Warren here. He's taking a little bit of a influence here from Dark. Does take that Roach Warren out. There is another Roach Warren on its way, but it's still a ways away from finishing. Third base here is going to go down for Serral. Serral is just going to turtle up into his natural here and try to hold off this wave.
Yeah, the thing is, killing that third base doesn't really help ELAZER all that much. He needs to kill his opponent, and he's trying to attack up the ramp. The Spine Crawler, the defensive orientation for Serral, he's going to be fine. And he's up so many workers right now. Now, ELAZER is going to start to drone. I feel like he should have started droning a round of units ago. It doesn't seem like much, 40 to 29, but that's a gigantic lead in economy. He will go into a Spire behind this, and when it's 2-base versus 2-base, Spire is going to be very, very powerful. I still think I like Serral's position a lot right here. And he's going to get into his +2 missile. He's going to start that up. He's going to build Roach speed as, of course, he lost the Roach Warren. Did go, ooh, I like that. That was a cool little move right there from Serral, killing his own Evo Chamber. If ELAZER had pushed a little bit further up right there, he would have gotten hit by the Broodlings and probably would have lost a Roach for free without being able to find any counterattack damage. That was a cool little maneuver from Serral. Didn't work out, but Well, he's actually going to jump on his opponent's units. Even though ELAZER's got the roach speed, he's still going to lose a couple of these units here. And now Serral's going to pull the queens. Interesting.
No, I think he's just going to here try to get that overload. Is he going to continue on? No, that's not
okay,
a Serral.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Well, I mean, not really, but like he could have done it. It would not have been a bad maneuver. That being said, ELAZER, of course, turns off the, switches that lever back to off for those overlords, and they're no longer poop and creep everywhere.
But this is not looking good for ELAZER. +1 carapace also starting up for Serral. He is in those double Evo chambers, double upgrades coming on in here, whereas ELAZER has stopped upgrade. He only has a +1 range, +2 range for Serral is about halfway done. Mutts are going to come out here, 8 of them coming on out, but I just don't think that's enough to turn things around here for him.
No, I don't think so. And part of the reason why the mutas were successful at all in the previous game is that Serral lost 2 of his queens, and he didn't really... Well, no, he did see the mutas coming. But like, losing those early queens does make it a lot more difficult, and he still didn't take that much damage. Like, it was a couple of chip damage, a couple of units getting picked off here or there. But in this case, there's already quite a few queens with a significant amount of energy, and that's going to be pretty helpful for Serral.
All right, Serral, ELAZER going to come in here, going to try to snipe one of those Ravagers. Doesn't quite get it. Serral does drop a transfuse down, and the queens will come in and drive this away. It is a smaller map, so it is going to be easier for ELAZER to kind of bounce around from natural third and around, but it is also easier for those queens to trap those mutas in a corner.
We're going to be seeing a Roach Queen walk with this, basically. Serral, he is going to go with 2-1 right now. He's going to get on top of ELAZER. He is going to absolutely crush the ground army. There's 3 queens being produced at a time. This is basically well, not basically. There's some similarities between this and the ZVP Queen walk. No queens. Well, they're making their way slowly across the map. He doesn't even need them. He's just got so many roaches with +1 carapace, and he's just going to crush his opponent's army on the ground, going to crush the drones at the third. It's only 4 queens, but they have a lot of transfuse energy, and this is going to be a very, very quick 2-0 lead here for Serral.
There's not even that many mutas, only 10. GG gets called. Serral going up 2-0, just like you had said.
Yep. Yeah, there's
5 seconds ago.
Yeah, not a lot you can do at that point.
All right, spawning in the top right corner, looking for a quick 3-0. In those red Zerg pieces for NT Esports, we have Serral.
And his opponent spawning down in the bottom left position, representing XCOM Go. It is ELAZER. Yeah, he's played well. He's done good moves, but he's just up against, like, one of the best players in the world. And
Absolutely.
like, you can argue, this player's better, this player's better. You cannot argue that Serral is not one of the best. You can argue he's not the best. Personally, I think there's too many good players to really say who for sure is the best right now. I think Maru is making a very strong case at this very moment, but day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month form is, like, so inconsistent. Not so inconsistent, but it's so much in flux that you can't really say for sure one way or the other.
But Steadfast, Twitter, and Twitch tell me that Serral is washed up.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that Serral's washed
He's
up.
a has-been.
My bad. Yeah. What a fool I am.
And you call yourself an analyst.
What an idiot. How dare I? Now, something that we haven't seen that I would have loved to have seen in this series is something I was talking about, like, kind of channeling that inner Korean style of ZVZ. We didn't see it. We didn't see it in that series, but we haven't seen it anything like it really here.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have seen, an Evo chamber in the main with that plus, especially since after that first game, seeing what Serral's response was, I would have really loved to have seen. Well, actually, no, not on Curious Minds, because there's that ramp at the natural, and we probably would have seen a similar situation. But I would love to see, especially on this map, an Evo chamber in the main from ELAZER before going, represent the same opening that he did before with the +1 missile,
yep.
represent the roach speed. but instead go for, you know, a very quick +1 melee before Ling speed, and then just flood with a bunch of Lings. Lambo actually did that versus Serral in one of their best of 5s in DreamHack Masters Fall, I believe. No, DreamHack Masters Summer, DreamHack Masters Winter. I don't know. At some point, days and weeks flow together.
Tournaments are started. Isn't this? No, I'm not going to go there. ELAZER again going into a quick. What's that thing called?
Lair?
Lair.
Yep.
Lair. That's the thing.
It looks like he's actually doing pretty nearly the same thing. Oh, no, he is not. No, he is not. Okay, he is going for the fast +1 melee, but his Roach Warren is a little bit late. It is going a little bit late. And that's going to show, like, Serral's going to be able to pick up on the timing difference there. He is going to know that, and we have Serral going for the +1 Carapace here, which, funnily enough, is a very good counter to +1 missile, but is not the best counter, actually, to +1 melee.
And why do you say that?
So they kind of achieve similar things in terms of the Ling versus Ling fight. They nullify they nullify each other completely in terms of everything for fighting units. But Carapace is 50 minerals, 50 gas more expensive, and it doesn't allow you to tear down buildings. It doesn't give you the attack upgrade against your opponent's units. Now, what it does do very well is deal with Mutas. It's going to allow you to deal with those flash. Oh wow, 2 Lings forcing a cancel on that. Okay, there's more Lings coming on in behind it. Still, that's, I wonder if that is a bit of a sell. We are seeing Serral going for a lot of Lings right here. There is a wall though on this third. I don't know if I like this right now for Serral. Actually, he is actually thinking that ELAZER is just going roaches. So I don't think he realizes it's a Spire. Oh yeah, he's still building Lings. This is, He needs to catch ELAZER out of his wall.
But these Lings will be there long before any of the Mutas are there. They'll be able to get surrounded on those roaches as well.
That's okay. That's going to do it. He's going to catch the roaches out of position. And, okay, so that's going to go quite well for Serral. Is there a unit in the wall right now? We need to see that. No, there's not. And the wall is breached and it's 3-0. Okay, well,